Greetings, everyone. Happy Saturday. Many of you have been asking in the comment section below, when will our lawmakers in Congress pass a fourth stimulus check, and when will they use a budget reconciliation process to pass it? I'll be answering your questions on stimulus payments and Social Security in this video. But first, the winners of this week's $75 Amazon gift card giveaway are Caroline Hard and Rebecca Herrera. Congratulations to both of you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I will answer them as soon as possible. Please also give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much, everyone. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has dismissed Republican lawmakers' claims that unemployment benefits contributed to a slowdown in hiring last month. Instead, Yellen suggested that a lack of childcare and fears of the crisis were the reason for the worse than expected April jobs report. During a White House press briefing, Janet Yellen told reporters, "It's very clear there are people who are not ready and able to go back into the labor force. I do not think that the addition to unemployment compensation is really the factor that's making a big difference. Caregiving responsibilities are still important reasons people are unable to return to work. Concerns about this crisis and the health consequences, I think, remains a factor for many." What do you think caused the slowdown in hiring last month? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Although the trillions in government stimulus and easing business restrictions seem to be coming together to support a great economic recovery, businesses have reported difficulty in hiring new workers. Janet Yellen said that there were other reasons for the worst downside misses in decades. But Yellen did suggest that if enhanced jobless aid were to blame for the lack of job growth, the leisure and hospitality sector, where wages are usually low, would not have seen its payroll expand so strongly. A recent Bank of America analyst suggested that Americans who earn less than $32,000 before the crisis began would be better off in the near term collecting jobless benefits rather than working. I would love to hear your thoughts on all of this, everyone. Please leave them in the comment section below. In my opinion, I think that millions of Americans would definitely benefit from another round of stimulus checks and a permanent expansion of unemployment benefits. The budget reconciliation process was first used in 1980 to facilitate difficult choices to address deficit and debt levels. The budget reconciliation process is a means to expedite consideration, avoid filibusters, and provide for a simple majority vote in the Senate. The process worked well during the 1980s and 1990s. However, both the parties have wrongly used it in recent decades. Republicans have used it to cut taxes, while Democrats have used it to increase spending. The result was to significantly increase our deficit and debt burdens. Though the current budget reconciliation rules prohibit amendments that increases deficit and debt levels, they do not prohibit any original package that would increase deficit and debt levels. As Democrats control the majority in the U.S. House of Representatives, Biden's infrastructure plan will likely snag in the Senate. That's because of the Senate filibuster and the Senate rule, which requires 60 votes to move legislation to a vote. The U.S. Senate is split evenly among Democrats and Republicans. Democrats have a slight majority with Vice President Kamala Harris acting as a tiebreaker. Certain pieces of legislation can be considered without facing the filibuster. And under this special rule, a bill can pass with a simple majority in the Senate if it relates to the budget. The Senate parliamentarian has greenlighted a strategy that would allow Democrats to advance some bills with a simple majority vote, rather than the typical 60 votes typically needed. The budget reconciliation rules can now be used more often than expected, giving Democrats a fresh new path around the GOP blockade. Now, Democrats might decide to split the infrastructure package into parts to get bipartisan support for the targeted areas of infrastructure and attempt to use the budget reconciliation process on the rest. One expert said, "They're going to have to take pieces to the parliamentarian and get a ruling on whether each piece can pass muster. So I think they're going through that now with the White House and trying to figure out which pieces they want to move forward with." Conservatives seem reluctant to support the infrastructure package, as the Senate Republican Conference labeled the proposed $2.7 trillion bill a wish list of non-infrastructure spending. This almost certainly paves the way for Democrats to pursue budget reconciliation round 2. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and other lawmakers may decide to include a fourth stimulus check into the infrastructure package once they ultimately decide to use a budget reconciliation process. Speaker Nancy Pelosi expressed hope that Congress would pass President Biden's $2 trillion infrastructure proposal ahead of the August recess. During her weekly press conference, Pelosi stated that the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee could take up the bill sometime in May. Pelosi added, "I would hope that our part in the House would be largely done before the 4th of July. Whether the whole package can be done, we just do not know. But as some had suggested, we want to do it before the August break."
Thank you very much. As we get organized here, we just had a great meeting with the President and the Vice President, talking about the American Jobs Plan and talking about the importance of what that plan is going to do for the American people and for our economy and for everybody. My main focus in the Jobs Plan was talking about the advocacy that I have had with mayors from across America, some businesses, members of the Senate, members of the Congress, as well as other advocate groups, including labor unions. Quite honestly, when you think about the Jobs Plan, when it comes to the Department of Labor, one of the things that's most important in that plan is workforce development money and training workers for the future, and also apprenticeship programs and all of that. So the meeting today with the President was very, very good. He stressed again the importance of this plan as an infrastructure plan, a people infrastructure plan, not just about roads and bridges, a people infrastructure plan, and about our economy moving forward. So it was a very productive, great meeting. It ran over, but it was productive. I'm going to turn the microphone over now. You'll hear from all the different cabinet secretaries. We'll take questions at the end. I'm going to turn over to Secretary Raimondo, Secretary of Commerce.
Thank you. As Marty said, it was a terrific meeting with the President. We discussed the jobs package and the family package. I was able to update the President on all the work that I've been doing, reaching out to members of Congress, to the business community, big business and small business. Particular focus areas are around broadband. I have heard over and over again from every governor I've spoken with, Democrat and Republican alike, how important the importance of having broadband in every community, and I believe there's bipartisan support in the House and the Senate for that. And then also we had a discussion about the CHIPS Act and how vitally important it is that we revitalize the semiconductor manufacturing industry in America. Will put millions of people to work. And right now we're living through a semiconductor shortage, which is landing a lot of people out of work. And so the President, again, just underscored how important that component of the jobs package is.
Well, that is the end of the video, everyone. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for the latest stimulus check updates, liking this video, sharing the video, and also leaving a comment below. Thank you, everyone, and have a very, very blessed Saturday.